Good evening and welcome to another Facebook Live, number 4 of today. How fab is that? We're spoiling you. Okay, that is tonight. Bear with me. Okay, just sorting my computer out so that I can see what is going on. Hi Tracy. Hi Louise. Hi Joe. Hi Philippa. Hi Jane. Excellent. Lots of you joining us. Hi Helen. Hi Andreen. Hi Diane. Hi Lynn. Oh, this is lovely. Hi Samantha. Hi Gail. Sorry, I'm reading the comments as well. Hi Christine. Hi Penny. I was actually going to try and get it in front of me, but it's not really. I still would be looking to one side, wouldn't I? So I think I'll leave it with the with that one because it's sort of online. So hello to everybody else who's joined me. I'm sorry, I've missed all the names flashing up now. There's Christine and Pam and Ruth and Susan. Fabulous. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed all the lives today. It was lovely to launch Philippa's first collection, which has gone down really, really well, which I'm so pleased about. And I just think they're just gorgeous stamps, something a bit different, and you can just achieve so much. They're so versatile, so many different styles with them. I did want to push that the Pinterest boards are live, so if once you get your goodies or you want to have a look beforehand and start planning what cards you're going to make, the Pinterest boards are live now, so you need to go to pinterest.com and then it's /Julie Hickey Designs, and there's a board for every single product. So if you're ever stuck for any inspiration, great place to go. I'm also going to do another live tomorrow, probably during the day, in the morning. I'm going to say between 10 and past, but I will post in the morning what time once I know what's actually happening tomorrow. So yeah, and don't forget that pinned to the top of this page is a list of the stockists and the people who have Philippa's collection are Dragon's Papercraft, Wow Embossing Powder, Maximum Crafts, Let's Create, Hixie Soft Crafts, the Mulberry Bush, and in Australia J Craft have it, and also it's winging its way to Simon Says, so they will have it in the States as well very soon. If you miss Philippa's live at 4 o'clock, do go back and watch it on catch up because she made a beautiful card. Really clever, her use of the stamps and the stencils and everything were all working so fabulously together, and it was just so lovely to see it in a different colourway as well. So okay, I am going to flip the camera and I'm going to talk through what I'm going to do, so bear with me. Let me flip it. Oh, I should have asked if you can hear me okay, but look, I managed to get my camera to work the other way. Yay! So that's good, or better. But there's lots of hearts coming up, so oh, apparently Joe Shannon wants to join the video. Joe, do you want to come on? Lovely that you can join us, Joe. And hello Anne and Gaynor. Hello Gaynor. And Jill and Samantha. Oh, I've said hello to Samantha, sorry. And Brian's on, great. And Belinda. And Judith and Yvonne and Cynthia. Oh my goodness. Lots more people. And Jan, lovely. So I'm going to do a version of this card, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. So instead of using the retro daisies, I'm actually going to use the flowers, the open flowers, and I'm going to decorate, I think, this piece use the stripes again. I don't know whether to do the same colours, or shall I be like Phillipa and change it up, even though I've got those all out ready. I think I should actually. I'm rather liking worn lipstick at the moment. So if I did that, then I'd probably go Mode Lawn. Oh, then I could bring in, we could have Mermaid Lagoon, couldn't we? Not that different, is it really? No, let's stick with the same. I'm going to stick with what I've got. Let's stick with what I've got. We'll have another lovely, bright, colourful one. And it'll look different because it's going to be the different stamps. So I should have gone oranges or something, perhaps, maybe, but never mind. Somebody can do, it's somebody's homework to do one in an orange, okay? Okay, sorry, I've flipped back on my computer. Hi, Donna. Yes, new colours. Oh, really, Joe? So you don't want to come on and do this as well then, love? Hi, Marilyn. Excellent. Right, okay, let's make a start. So I am going to put these stamps away now because I don't need those. I've got my set. So I've got a piece of card that I'm going to be working on to start with. And I've got a 15 by 30, which I'm going to score and fold to make a top folding card. Let's move these out of the way a little bit. Give me just a little bit of room. Okay, so let's score this at 15 and I will have my top folding card. So that's my piece of card, and then I need a white piece cut so that that can be my front of my card. So a piece of this, and we're going to put it in. And what do I want? I want probably about like that. And you could use both of these actually. So you've got two bits already. And then I did just cut a little, let's have a think. Yeah, just a little jaunty angle. It's not going to be exactly the same. You could leave it straight if you wanted, but you've got two pieces here that you could create two cards with quite easily. Okay, so we have our card and our top piece to go on. And this piece is going to be for my extras if I'm going to do some stamps and cut them out. But I'm going to see how it goes first of all. Okay, so let's bring my stamping platform in. And to start with, I'm going to stamp on my card and I'm going to put the stripes on my card. I'm going to do it this way because then I can move my card along. So I'm going to be using the stripe out of the Blooming Lovely set. I love this stamp. It is so useful. I'm actually going to move my card up to the top so I can stamp down to the bottom. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a border, and pick my stamp up. And I'm going to start with pink this time just because. And I'm going to start at the top, bring myself down. I don't need to go all the way down to the bottom. I do need to tap and make sure that I get a nice even coverage all over my stamp because it's a distressed oxide and you do need to make sure you get ink everywhere because they're usually, in fact, you can actually see the dip on it. It's not particularly flat. So you want to make sure that you're getting ink from different places on the actual ink pad. So moving it around so that you're going to get a nice coverage. And I do usually stamp twice, but that's probably because my ink pad's probably a little bit dry, to be fair. Okay, so I'm going to move my piece of card so I don't want to get it wet. I'm going to clean my stamp because I know we were talking in Philippa's live about using acetate and not having to clean the stamp, but I need to change colour. So I'm going to line it up on my lines and see, no, that's too big a gap, so come back a little bit. But I'm using the top of my mat to help line it up at the top so that I know it's going to be straight. That's okay. So we'll go pink blue and then we'll do blue green. Don't have to do them in the same order. You could have two blues. You could go blue, green, blue, then green, then blue again. Entirely up to you. This is peacock feathers that I'm using, and I'm sorry I didn't look at any. I haven't looked at any of the questions. I am sorry. No, don't start with Alexa, please. Donna, I am making one card tonight, okay? What do you mean, my clean platform? I don't know what a clean platform is. Okay, now I don't know if my card moves then, and I don't want to risk. It's not bad printing, and I'm going to put some flowers over the top. I'm not risking the lines not being exactly on top of each other. So, going to move it along again and have a guess at where it is. No, that's not quite far enough. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm not going to worry too much if it's not absolutely perfect. The lines, I want to get them eyeballing it as best I can, obviously, because I don't want the gaps all to be very, very different. But I think that's fine what I've done there. So bring my press over, and I'm hoping I place my magnet in a bit of a better place. That's not a bad stamp though, actually. Yep, happy with that. Again, clean it. And I'm not having to move my stamp, I'm moving my card, which is the beauty of the platform. Again, just having a look. I have to do it this way, I'm sorry. I want to get it obviously as best as I can. No, that's not quite as big a gap. That looks about the same. I am going to go pink next. I'm going to keep the stripes in the same colour way, but you could mix it up. There's no reason why not. I think I don't mind mixing things up when there's more, but because there's only going to be another 2 stripes, it's almost like I wouldn't do a green one now. I definitely want to do a blue one. It almost would look to me like I'd gone wrong, rather than I was trying to be a bit random. Whereas if my piece of card was a 6x6 card, then I may well mix the colours up a little bit. Does that all make sense? Am I rambling? I have eaten. Okay, all the comments are coming up now and I've gone back. Right, I know that Philippa and Joe are watching, so I'm sure that and Tracy's watching as well, so I'm sure anybody will answer any questions if there are any. You don't use your platform enough? I don't ever stamp. Well, I do stamp occasionally. That's not true, not to say ever. But I very rarely stamp without using my platform. It's just like, I don't trust myself anymore. Sometimes, I mean, you have to sometimes. There are certain things that you can't use the stamping press for. But I wouldn't. I would always want the stamping press, really. Okay, so I think this will probably be the last stripe that we need. I think I spaced these a little bit better than I did on the original one, maybe. Right, that one definitely needs another ink in. So let's hope it hasn't moved. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have the basis for our card to start. Isn't that, I just love that stripe. It's just beautiful. Absolutely fab. And get that nice and clean. Okay, and then this can go back in my set. And my stamps have had a bath as well, Philippa, because I've used mine so much as well. So I'm going to put this to one side now so that this can dry, because distressed oxide does take a while to dry. So you need to be careful that you don't put your hands on it or smudge it or anything like that. So we'll put that to one side. And I'm going to bring in my piece of card. I think I'm going to die cut a circle for my sentiment to go on. I was going to do that first and then have the flowers all around it. No, I am. I'm going to do that first. I'm going to put this, I'm going to position my sentiment where I want it. And I want it to be sort of in line with the point on the flap that I've cut. So I'm just inking that up, and I'm using VersaFine, the black. I ink that, fairy fingers, so you get a nice imprint. And then I'm going to use the Just For You. I'm trying to read. Yeah, I have to say, like, the stamping press, I think, has given so many people the confidence to stamp again, because it's hard to get it wrong with a stamping press. And usually if you do get it wrong, it's because you haven't, it's like operator error, if you like. There's not many ways to actually get it wrong with a press like that. Like the F hasn't come out very nicely, so I wouldn't be able to line that up again. But putting it back in, and now I've got a perfect one. Yeah, see, look, all the people saying same here, same here. Yeah, definitely. So hello to everybody else who has joined us in the meantime while we've been stamping and chatting. Okay, so now I'm going to use the flower stamps, and you get lots of little ones as well, which I'm going to use. And I haven't actually made this what's going on in my head at the moment yet. So I'm just going to build the background up using all of the flowers, going on and off. So do it like a jigsaw puzzle and link these together. You get, I think it, oh golly, there's another one there. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the stamps. So we can stamp 7 things in one go. So that's really good. Let's have that up that way. And that should fit in there quite nicely, actually. There we go. So then I can shut the platform door, and it's going to pick all of those stamps up. And I will bring my magnet on there a bit better, because I don't want it to move in case one of them doesn't come out nicely. I do want to be able to put it back in and line everything up. So I can come down a bit with my magnet so it can hold it a bit better. There we go. So I'm going to stamp all the way round. Again, fairy fingers, just check before you move anything that you've got all your, it's come out, it's stamped, got a really nice impression. I think I should have had a coffee before I came on. I feel like I don't know, like I can't talk properly. Right, let's build this up. So let's have Put the big roses up there. Want to move things around so you're getting different flowers in different areas. So we'll move this, and then that can come over there. And then we can fill in the gaps. I don't want to use just little ones. I want to have the big ones as well. We could use that there. We can have another. Let's have just the leaves that time. And they're all different sizes, the little ones, which does make them really, really, really handy. No, I'll do that separately. Oh, look, we could go in there, look. There we go. Pop one in there. And then again, just shut my lid, pick all those stamps up, ink up, make sure everything's covered, and then just quickly check before you go down that you haven't moved it at all, because I think I did a little bit, so that nothing is overlapping where you don't want it to. Again, fairy fingers. There we go. And then we can clean these. And then we can reposition the magnet and the stamps to fill in the gaps that we've got. So you need to be careful with putting your magnet on because the ink will still be wet. So do bear that in mind. Let's pop that one up there. Don't want to overlap too much because you want the gaps really to be pretty similar for all of them. And then that one can go in there. Right, I don't know if I need any of those at the moment. I will take them out for now. I don't think I can get that little one in there, can I? Oh yeah, I can, look. Oh, and in the Dotty About You, there's little tiny ones. If you did need any more. Right, now I know where it is because I can line up the ink that's left from the one before. The inking before that's on my mat. So I'm going to use that as a guide for lining it up. But again, I will just check. That one's that one looks like it could come down just a fraction. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Yep, they look all right now. Okay, I reckon that looks fabulous. So we've got this lovely bit of background paper that we've just made ourselves. So this collection is just so versatile and there is so much that you can do with it. And these little ones, I'm loving those. Right, let's clean the rest. Let's clean my mat. That'll please Brian. That's how I did the 9 square card that I've posted. I can't remember where I posted it now. I think it was in the friends group. That's how I did. I made a 6x6 piece, stamped all over it, coloured it in, and then chopped it up because I coloured it as a piece, and then it was like I don't know what to do with it now. Now just close your eyes and chop it up because I love a 9 square. Whenever I used to get anything, I used to do a 9 square tile card, and then I was happy. I could do anything after that. Okay, so I'm going to bring my glass mat in now because I don't want to mess this nice wood background up. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of Twisted Citron because I obviously want the same colours as we've used for our stamping. And I'm just giving it a little twist as I put them out. And I'll grab a water brush and can start colouring. So I'm going to put a bit of colour down first of all, and then I can come back in and I can add a little bit darker colour like another layer, so that I'm building that colour up if I want to. I tend to start with the leaves, do all my leaves first, and then I'll come in with the two colours for the flowers. I just thought it'd be nice, rather than repeat the card that I made before, although I mean I absolutely love it. I have to say it's probably one of my favourite cards that I made using Phillipa's stamps. But I just suddenly thought, oh, actually that flower would make a lovely background for it. So and it is nice because it's changing it up. So I'm showing you how I created the card, but just made it a little bit different. So I know lots of you have been buying today and lots of you are waiting for your goodies to arrive. And like Phillipa said, please share what you create, because that is the bit that is so exciting when you see other people creating with your products. It is so lovely, and Phillipa's worked so hard for all of this. And yeah, I just really would love her to see all your lovely ideas now filtering through. And like the design team cards were amazing, and I have to apologise, I felt like I didn't really thank them this morning. So for Emma and for Kaz, who is busy uploading the videos to YouTube, so if you find you can't find them easily on Facebook, they're always on YouTube afterwards. So Kaz and Emma and Hazel and Joe and Marion's put a video up as well, she told me this evening. So there's a video up from Marion, and to Tracy, and of course to Phillipa for her beautiful samples. So you shouldn't be stuck for ideas, definitely not. But no, I felt like I didn't really thank them this morning. I do apologise. I was just a little bit excited about it all, I have to say. But that's not really an excuse. That's very bad of me. I know I did mention them, and I was wondering actually, I think I'll do another live tomorrow, make something. But I think as well I'd like to look through the cards again, like slowly, because there's so much detail on them and there's such clever ideas. And this morning I was very aware that I had so many samples to share, because people loved it so much, like the DT loved it so much. So yeah, I just thought it might be nice to have a slower look through them. So if you're fancying that, then please leave me a message to say, yes, please, let's have another look. And I spoke to Tracy, and Tracy has agreed she's going to do a Facebook Live to show how she made her beautiful box of cards. So that will be, she's sorting that out for me. That will be next week sometime. And yeah, I know I said I wouldn't share it, Phillipa, but Philippa's going to do something on Sunday as well. She's going to make something on Sunday at 10 o'clock. So we're going to keep inspiring you. Oh look, I missed 2 flowers. How do I do that? Went round systematically and I still missed them. Nice to add a little bit of colour, more colour somewhere. Nice to add a little bit more detail colour in some places, but not everywhere. So little highlights. So you're getting a soft colour and then a deeper colour as well. So you'll get that definition with the ink. Okay, and then I'm going to come in, make sure I've cleaned it properly. I don't want purple particularly, so I'm going to have tealy roses as well, which I'm sure don't exist, but never mind, they do in my world. I can have whatever I want, can't I? That's what's so lovely about it. Yeah, I can't wait to see what everybody makes. I'm actually thinking, like, I'd like to do Philippa's card that she made this afternoon, and I was trying to think what colours I would do it in, and I was thinking it would be actually it'd be quite nice in this peacock feathers and twisted citron. You could have a lovely blues and greens. It would look lovely in oranges as well. Oh, even blue and orange would look nice. Or pinks and purples. It was a lovely card, such clever ideas, and really good to show that the stamps fit inside the stencil, so the long stripe will fit inside there. So if you've done a bit of stenciling, you can overstamp with it. I loved the card that Hazel made with her butterflies, where she stenciled and then stamped just in black on the top, and that was beautiful. Okay, so where are those leaves that I missed there? Thought there was another two as well. Yep, there's some there. I can see them now. The little spriggy bits. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. I think that looks lovely. You've got the definition of the two bits of colour where you've gone over. We could even go back. Might add a little bit more blue. A bit more detail. I think I picked up too much water. So just coming back in and just adding just those little highlights. I should have done more two-tone flowers, shouldn't I? It looks lovely. Okay, let's clean my brush properly. Okay, so let's wipe this down. Don't want to get that on my card. I think as well what I'll do is I will give away my card. So I'm going to make this one tonight. Oh, look at that. That'll look lovely on there, won't it? But I do think I love this, how this has got the extra stamping. So I think what I'm going to do, let's bring this in because I want to stamp my happy birthday on it, and I need to do that first, and then I can work out where I'm going to put my extra flowers. So I want the happy birthday, which is in the lovely retro flowers, the Live Life in Full Bloom set. So I can either do it, I did do it over the top and it does stand out. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so I need to stand up. I want this towards the bottom. Make sure I've got it straight. And then a nice lot of ink. And then stamp that down. You could put clear embossing on this as well. Oh, look at that. Just looks fab, doesn't it? I love the font on this. It is quite Art Deco-y, somebody said this morning, but it's beautiful. Absolutely love that. Okay, so I'm then going to take the big one and on my separate piece of card I am going to stamp, I think I will do what do I want? Probably 3. I should have positioned it in a different place, shouldn't I? Never mind. I didn't position it in the right place to be able to move my piece of card. Well, I can do that. Okay, so I've got it sticking out of my press a little bit. And it's fine. There we go. Right, just clean that. Get that back. Okay, so I need to be careful because I've got ink on my fingers. And now I'm putting it on the card. So again, I'm going to colour these in. So a little bit of green. A little bit of blue. Could have left my ink there. And a little bit of pink. Okay, so let's pick my colour up. Right, I can see that Donna is asking a question. Oh, okay. Something about Pinterest. I'm sure somebody's helping her. If not, I'll have a look afterwards. Pinterest isn't easy to do on your phone. Well, it is easy to do on your phone, but it's much easier on a tablet or a computer. There are certain things that you can usually search, though, okay, on the phone. But I do find Pinterest can be a bit hit and miss, especially when we're loading the cards up. Oh, didn't get rid of all my green. Got a bit of a funny colour going on there. Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll get rid of it. Right, I'm going to do a big pink one, a little pink one, and another big pink one. And then where we've got the little one, I'm going to have little pink flowers. And where we've got the blue one, the big pink one, I'm going to have blue flowers. But I haven't cleaned my pink off again. Okay, that's better. We'll position this so this one's hidden a little bit. So just get that base colour down first of all, and then we can come back in and add a bit more colour and a bit more detail. Okay, so let's come back in. Let's make this a bit deeper if I can. Let's see if I can do anything with the pink. Okay, so I now need to cut them out. So I'm going to give them a quick blast so that my inks will be dry before I start trying to cut them out, especially the black. Okay, and then the tip that my good friend Hazel always does is put it down and just wipe over the top, and if there's any wet ink on there, it will come off. I'm going to get rid of that again. Okay, so these need to be cut out, which is why I picked the biggest one. Make it nice and easy for myself. Get rid of that piece of card. So that's the original card. I'm going to put my flap on before, so then I know where it's going to go with my flowers. So I'm going to put this on with 3D foam pads. Let's move that out of the way, move that up a little bit. Got a bit of ink on the back, but nobody will know except for everybody that's watching. Take these off. So do like this because you're adding some interest to the card by adding some dimension. Put one in the middle there, and there must be room for this one. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I don't just throw these away and use the new reel that they sent me, because they were kind enough to replace them because there was a faulty batch. But me being a crafter, they do come off eventually. Okay, so I'm going to line this up, do my best over the camera So if it's not quite perfect, I apologise. That's not too bad. Okay, so now I need to know, I'm going to put one of my flowers down the bottom. So I always cut out and leave a border because I am not good at fussy cutting. So I leave a little border so it's making everything a little bit bigger, which is obviously making it a little bit easier to cut out. And what it'll also do is on the stripes, and if I put one up on the flowery bit, it's going to, with that white border, it's actually going to make it lift off the background a little bit because it's got that white edge to it. So I am trying to keep my scissors in the same place and to move the bit of paper, which I do find gives you much nicer curves around the petals. And once you get going with it, like the first one might not be brilliant that you cut out, but after that they usually get better. So we could have one down there. So like I say, if you do try and move the card rather than your scissors, do find it gets a bit easier. But I don't mind a little bit of fussy cutting. Well, this is what I call fussy cutting. It's not really fussy cutting. I will show you Tracy's card box. Oh, and I'm going to show you Emma's jukebox again as well, because so much work gone into it, and it was a little quick look this morning. So definitely going to show Emma's. And I'll show Tracy's box of cards as well, so that you can, in case you didn't see it this morning, then you know that that's the video that she's going to do for next week. I'm going to have one on there, but it's overhanging. Or we could tuck it up. Oh, that would look nice actually, just tucked up underneath a little bit. Okay. I don't mind a little bit of cutting. I don't like doing lots of cutting out, but I think like something like this doesn't faze me. But I wouldn't want to sit and cut lots and lots of flowers. And partly because I don't think I'm very good at it. That's the main thing, really. I'm doing terribly tonight. This isn't very even at all. But then when you get it down on the, it's like, does it really matter? Okay, so I'm going to do like Phillipa did. So I am going to stick one down and then I'm going to raise one up, because that's always a good way of fitting something in. And it's always really nice as well where you get that different dimension. So let's stick this one down first of all. And you don't have to rigidly stick everything down. Like you can have just the centres, parts of the flowers stuck down. So the leaves are lifted up a little bit. And then we'll get the other. I'll get my little foam pads. I'm going to put a couple of these. So again, I'm just going to curl the leaves up a little bit and a couple of the odd flowers, little flowers. So these bits could lift up rather than be flat. Get rid of those. And then we can decide where this is going to go. I'm going to tuck. Oh, I'm going to put that like that. And then this one's going to go down flat as well, actually. So I'm going to glue this, glue this one down. Put glue on the back. Okay. So all it needs is some glosses. And my glosses are all hidden away. I didn't think about getting the glossy, but I did have a little pack. I bet they're not the right colours. Oh, look. Oh, How about that? We'll use these. So we're going to have a blue one. We'll pretend that's pink because it isn't quite pink, but it's a pinky tone. And we'll put a blue and a pink, and we'll have another green. Now I would normally do in a triangle, and I'm going to put pink. Oh no, let's put blue with it this time. Okay, there we go. Not too bad for not having the right colours out of all the glosses that I've got. Okay, so I'm going to add little scribbles of glitter glue. I am. Not from that one, you're not. Let's try this one. Okay, so I'm going to do little bits of glitter glue, my roses, and down the leaves as well. And that's really going to make those flowers pop off your card as well. And you're going to be drawn to those. And then I really want to do just a dot. I don't want to do all the flowers in the background. If I glitter glued those, they've just got that little bit of glitter. Oh, you know, I'm going to do a bit of glitter down here, just so it draws your eye to that lovely shape. Because it's patterned this time and not just white, it's not so obvious the shape. Well, I don't think it is the shape. Oh, now I need to go around the edge. Don't you just love it when you start something and it's like, oh, then I could do a little bit there. And then I could do in the centre of the flowers, but I'm not going to. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. I think that looks lovely. There, so what do you think? Oh, actually, let's take the board away. That looks better, doesn't it? So I can pop. There we go. So 2 cards, very similar, slightly different, but quite similar in style and everything. Both with the flat. The white one, I think, goes really well with the retro daisies, and it's very contemporary. Maybe I should have done the flowers and not done the stripes. But hey, we live and learn. I still think it's a lovely card, and you do too, so that's all that matters. Okay, bear with me, let me just flip the camera, as I do like to see you before I go. Let's move that light a little bit. So, yeah, I'm just going to very quickly, I can't believe there'll be anything that anybody needs to know. Yeah, I love the simplicity of the first one. I'm not going to lie. I do love the flowery flap, but I think it should have been on a white background of the card. I should have done it the other way round. But there we go. There's another idea for you. Can't have a card without glitter glue. Absolutely not. There isn't such a thing, is there? Okay, I will read through the comments later. So I just want to thank you all for joining me, and I would like you to join me tomorrow as well. I will come on in the morning and let you know what time the live will be, but I would say 10:30. If you can't watch tomorrow, then obviously you can watch on catch up. Excuse me. And Philippa will be back on Sunday at 10 o'clock, I think she said. So yeah, so lots to look forward to, and can't wait for you to get all your packages and start seeing your cards. Don't forget about the Pinterest boards. There's obviously something being said about Pinterest, so maybe I just do a link to the page. I can do it from the computer. Yeah, just thank you so much for your support for Philippa and everything today. She's had the most fantastic day. It's been so lovely, and I could see that she was getting quite emotional this morning. So it was really, because she cares. It's lovely. So don't forget, if you want to treat yourself, they're available from Dragon's Papercraft from Wow Embossing Powder, from Maximum Crafts, from Let's Create, from Hixie Soft Crafts, from the Mulberry Bush, from J Craft in Australia, and also from Simon Says. So yeah, just thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow. And I will give the cards away that I've made. So the one I made tonight and the one I make tomorrow, whatever that will be. I'm going to go and sort through the box, and then at some stage we'll have another slow look through the box as well. That might not be tomorrow, but we'll arrange another time. But we'll do that soon, because obviously it's nice for you to see. So maybe, I don't know, I'll work it out tomorrow. I'll post. Okay, it's been a busy day. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for joining me. I do really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the evening. Bye.